Good morning, everybody. This is 3333 Lightworker bringing to you today the week of the 22nd to the 30th of June. We have about a week and a few days, until the end of June. And I've already heard from some people saying thank you. Now, can we have a better month in July? And I'm thinking, yes, we can. Actually, money will be coming in July. Just keep a positive affirmation going on for yourself, a total amount. Now, be realistic, of course. Anything over $1 million, I would say, yeah, no. But if you can think of maybe $10,000 or $5,000, those things are achievable. The universe and the angels work overtime to help each and every one of us. But they also want you to be really appreciative of the time and effort that they put into each and every one of us every second of the day, week, month, and year. Angels are around us 24/7, and can you imagine how many angels? Each one is one angel is assigned to so many people because there's so many in the world that they they're a busy bunch. So make it reasonable for them to help you achieve. And they may even, if you have a certain amount of money, they may even give you an opening or like a job contract or somebody contacting you saying, I have this blah 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 going on. It's for 3 months. Are you interested? Of course you are interested. Never turn down like a 3-month or 6-month contract. Those are the perfect time. Also, before I get into it, we're going to have a full moon on the 29th. It's called the Strawberry Moon, we're, as you all know by now, we are in Mercury retrograde. Now, I know that everybody says, "Oh, it doesn't start until the end of June," but you gotta count in those the shadow period, because I know in each and every one of us has had some kind of topsy-turvy event happen to them. Me, I was just doing simple exercises and I pulled my back. Let me tell you how painful that is. And I don't take anything stronger than Advil, so it was a lot of Advil every two hours. But I tell you, it's been hard for me to walk around, and I'm a very what do you want to call busy person. I exercise every other day. I'm here or there. I walk a mile here, walk a mile back. That kind of thing. So how I can't even remember how to think how I pulled my back. It was in the lower part of my back and around the kidney area, and I'm like, oh no, let's not mess them up. So it's those kind of things, and hopefully you're feeling much better if something like that has happened to you, or if it's even worse, that you have found the right people to help you, get out of that trouble. Also, this coming week, before the end of June, we're going to have a Palladius star cluster. And that's called the Seven Sisters, which goes right into the whole title of this reading this week, is that I think at least 2 female relatives in your family are conjuring and working behind you to try to get what you have. I don't know if you're trying to start your own business or you just got a brand new job. They are envious. They are envious of your come up. Maybe you redid your hair color and it looks wonderful on you. They're jealous. If you did your nails, they're jealous. If if you got a new boyfriend, or you're getting married, or you found out you're pregnant, they are jealous. So you just have to, take everything with a grain of salt with family members this following week. And this too shall pass, as I tell everybody. Everything in divine timing, but this too shall pass. So I also, when I was doing a new little setup here this morning, I found a box that I've never opened before, and it's called Loving Words from Jesus, and it's Doreen Virtue. I love this woman. She is very, respected in the tarot community. She has since gone on to go back to the church and trash all of the stuff that we all are doing. But I am also a spiritual person, and I have God's and the angels okay, because I communicate these things. I use these kind of cards, uh, and I'm always in all of my readings. I'm always asking everybody to ask their angels, their guardian angels, for help, because they're just waiting to help each and every one of us. And they don't ask for anything in turn, except to say, for you to say, I'm so grateful for your help, or thank you. That's all they want to hear. They want you to succeed. They want you to get ahead and achieve all the goals in your life. And this is, see these cards? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that gold trim around it. These are brand new. I haven't used them before, so I'll be doing a couple of shuffles, and then we'll see what falls out towards the end. So let's get started, shall we? I think that this coming week might be a little busy. Now, I want to say, please don't let what's happening in the world scare you or frightening you. This is all political stuff. I've been on this earth a few days now, and let me tell you, I've seen some stuff happen, and you think, oh my God, the world is ending. See? Trouble with families. We'll get into that. And you're running away. You don't want to argue with family members. You don't want to argue with anybody, anymore. You're just trying to live your life in the most gracious and kind way that you can. And so and also I've been advising people, if you get a family member who's wanting to rant and rave on the phone, just don't answer. It's your life. You have the right to just want to live your life in peace. And so, let's not bring any more stress. Let's not bring any more stress into this reading than we can, right? I mean, I don't know about, this is going to be a very decisive week. It does look a little, I think it's because, and see, we have the moon in this card. So I think it's because we're having a full moon this coming week, or in the next, week in a few days, because we're ending this cycle out. Let's just be as positive as we can. Show the angels, show the world what your intentions are, and your intentions are for a healthier life, a better skin, better hair. You're eating healthy. You're saying your prayers. You're giving thanks to the angels. You're welcoming a new job. Wow, look at this. I can tell right away you're going to have a major decision you need to make. And, and I always tell people, even if you, don't get readings for stuff from tarot readers, and you're just, you just want to listen to the video, that's fine. But, just listen to your intuition and make your own decisions. Now, these are basically mostly for entertainment, although I've been doing it for a long time, and I've had several clients come to me with questions, and I try to answer them. Okay, I think we're let me do this, and let me see right here. Okay, see on the concept of the entire reading here, we have the Three of Cups, which is celebration. Can you see that? We have celebration, and we have the Empress. Now, the Empress is Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. She protects the entire world. It's all, to me, the Empress is Mother Mary. Now, like I said, I'm a spiritual person. Read the Bible 3 times. Actually, I'm going to read it a 4th time here as soon as I get done with a couple of documents I'm finishing up. But this is a woman who has been there, done that. She knows how to get through certain phases of life, planetary or just within relationships. And she is the wise one. So if you can't figure it out for yourself, please ask a wise person that you know to help you figure out whatever issue that you may be having, and so that you can have a better coming week, and also July, have a better, much better July than you have in the last 6 months. And the Three of Cups, this could be a feminine with 2 guys. celebrating. These are your buds, the ride or die people that you want in your life at all times. These are the people you can trust with your utmost. Let me get that in there for you. You can trust with the utmost things going on in your life that you would not tell anybody else except for the people that you can, that will not go and spread it as gossip just to make themselves feel better. So let's get started on this reading. Now, right here, I can tell right now that you've been wandering and trying to decide, to get away from certain people. Maybe it's coworkers that you've had enough issues with, or it could. You've had enough issues with, or it could be relationships, and you're just done and done. You want to get away. You're looking for a place to move to, and it could be out of state. It could be you just need a vacation, a long vacation. See the dirt road, the trail of the dirt bike here, and he's going after it. He wants to get away from stress, and he just wants. Maybe you just take a couple of weeks or even a couple of days off to yourself and go somewhere where you don't tell anybody. And the King of Swords, whether female or male, it doesn't matter. But notice the crow over his head. The crow's looking out for this guy. He's protecting him as this man. He needs to make some decisions, and these are hard decisions to come up with. And the owl. The owl is the most wise creature you can ever come upon. I always told myself if I can get a bird or need a bird for like a pet or anything, I'd be getting little baby owls. Not so much the crows, though. I'm more of an owl person. So Harry Potter, here I come. Is there a female Harry Potter? I don't know. But see, you need to, whether you're male or female, you're contemplating, the next 10 years, the 5 years of your life. And it takes time to figure it all out. All you have to do is ask Spirit for help and guidance. And you have to pay attention. And it could be, maybe a YouTube video pops up and it's like the perfect one for what you have, mulling over in your head that you can't sleep at night because you need decisions. You need some kind of answers. Just ask the angels to guide you, protect you as you go about your day and your week, and you're trying to figure things out for yourself. And this one is the 10 of Wands. This is, I'm on my journey. This is where we started off at here. He's on his bike, and he's down here with the oxen. She's already packed her bags. She's already half packed like me. I'm looking for a new place to live. One a little bit bigger than what I'm living at right now, because I have so many things I need to do, and I need to expand my space. And I've got, I'd say, a good 70% of my stuff, my possessions, already boxed up and ready to go. But we're all looking for better conditions. So be that may, I tell you, when, divine timing, and we're in Mercury retrograde for a reason. Mercury retrograde means step back and think, rest, and reevaluate the areas that you're looking at, maybe to move, or maybe jobs, or maybe the people you hang with. I tell you, most of the trouble that we have in life are the families that we are in, or relationships. You have to make sure, and I learned the hard way. I used to be let me help you do that. Let me help, and then everybody. Then, I was inundated with people coming to me, and this is family members I'm talking about. Can you do this for me? Auntie, so-and-so, can you help my child? We don't have the money for this, that, and the other. And I'm like, geez. And I would feel guilty if I didn't help them. But, I kind of, after a while, and they kept on repeating the same thing over and over, it dawned on me that they were just using me because they were too lazy to get a second job, or too lazy to even save money. But, and I just put my foot down. I put my boundaries up. And I said, no, I think you all can do it yourself. But we don't. And I said, no buts. If I can do it, you can do it. But I have children. I said, so I have several pets. And they're more expensive than children sometimes. So don't put the blame on me. I take care of mine. You can take care of yours, that kind of thing. Now, did they get upset? Of course they did. Did they disown me? Of course they did. Ask me if I care. I have moved on. God and Jesus brings lessons into our lives at certain times, and I have learned through my life to pay attention to those lessons, to the people that come into my life and leave, because some people are here for a week, a month, or several years. But if you have to pay attention and learn from them, so you become a wiser, more stoic individual. Now, the moon is coming up, as we all know, on the 29th of June. And that's when I always tell people, don't make any major decisions a day before the full moon and a day after the full moon. Look at the little wolf crying or yelling at the moon, howling, and you're thinking like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to get past this? How am I going to pay for that bill? How am I going to afford the dentist? Or maybe your children's, why did I say that? I don't know, but maybe, you need to go to the dentist and, they're kind of expensive. But the full moon, all they do is awaken us to what we haven't seen yet, or we just kind of are oblivious to, and we need to pay attention. And the Three of Swords is just that, she made a major decision, an accomplishment, and she's looking forward to the future. She may have to move states, she may have to move cities, but there is an opportunity on the horizon for each and every one of us to partake in, or to go back to an old job or an old place that we used to live in. So it's up to you. Everybody has free will. But pay attention. If you're getting an inkling to an area, go look at it, search it out on the internet. Find out what the best places are, safe areas to live in. If it's a business, what's the company about? Do research on every business that you are applying for. You want to make sure that it's a decent one and that their employees are treated with respect. Now, something, I think it's your family members. And I tell you, I think because there's a female in here and she's crying, I think it's a sister. The one sister that just doesn't like the fact that you accomplish things, that you're getting ahead, and she's stuck with, 3 to 5 kids or something like that. But I always think that, I'm like, well, you made your decision. Why can't, so-and-so make his decision? And all of these, they are sending you bad vibes. And you're trying to say, no, I cancel, clear, delete. I always tell everybody, if somebody's trying to invade your dreams or invade your thoughts, and you know it, after a while, you will begin to know that when you think of something like, you're going, that's not my energy. I don't think of things like that. That's when somebody's trying to invade you, sneak in the back door, so to speak, and get into your thoughts and your mind's eye and your dreams mostly. But here's the angels, the little white, white dove, and the white here. That's the angels coming to destroy all of these, dark entities and get them away from your thoughts and stuff, so you don't get any more anxiety than you already have, And the Knight of Wands, see, you're celebrating afterwards. You don't have to put up with this BS anymore. You are celebrating because now your mind is clear. You're feeling healthier. You've got your energy back. You don't feel low, or, like all you want to do is sleep all day. Those are negative thoughts or negative entities trying to make you slow down so you don't achieve what you need to. But you've got to stay strong. And always, when you think that you realize that it's not your energy, you've got to say, cancel, clear, delete. That's not my energy. And you push yourself forward and keep on going so you can celebrate. Have fun. Now, 5 of Wands could be just disagreements on how to proceed on a job, on a new career opportunity. Maybe you have a group of people or a group of friends and you're all going to start a business doing videos or something like that. And there's always one that wants to take control. But I always say, whoever is the initiator, that's the person that you need to all look up to. Maybe the initiator doesn't have all the experience that the rest of these guys do, but there's always got to be a leader to start everybody else out. And if you disagree or something, then, those that want to leave, that's fine. You can find somebody else, after you get going to fill that spot or something like that. But the Five of Wands wants you not to get into any disagreements, pay your bills on time, and if somebody's trying to bring you down or, interrupt your peace of mind, don't answer them, don't answer the phone, that kind of thing. Just stay out of it as best that you can. Now, we've got the Six of Swords. And see, she's already in a boat. She's leaving. And these crows are trying to pull her back. So I'm thinking this is your family members trying to pull you back into the fray. They don't like it that you've escaped them because I don't know why family members assume that they have control over you unless you're like 5 to 10 years old and your parents, of course, have control over you. But if you're excuse my language, if you're a grown as adult and somebody is trying to pull you back to them so they can control you, that's when you say, no, cancel, clear, delete. And you're in this boat and you're going to go in the direction that you choose. So don't ever let anybody think they have control over you. Be stoic. And if you don't know what stoic means, look it up. Look it up in your thesaurus. Look it up online. It has many insightfulness about what stoic means. I love being stoic. I mean, it's really helped me to concentrate on my projects and keep my mind focused on the path ahead. And I tell you, I've accomplished so much in a little bit of time. Six of Wands, see her hands up? Yay! Things are finally going to go in your direction that you want them to. You're successful. You can breathe a sigh of relief. You've gotten through all this BS right here. And the last card right here means, yep, the Six of Wands. I've done it. I'm still breathing. I don't know about the mini skirts or anything like that. Those days for me are long gone, but I used to wear them, I tell you. And my hair was like bleach blonde. But you're okay. You're here, you survived, and you can, count your blessings. And see where their hands going up? Where are they going up? They're going up to the sky, and you're thanking all your angels, your guardian angels. Now, although this might be an interesting week, to say the least, let's just ask the angels here, what is the card that they want us to know about? That's one. Okay. Two. These cards they're brand new. They're not very flexible. I'm going to have to shuffle them a few more times when I'm off the camera here because I don't want to hold up anybody. But we have two cards here. This first one, hopefully you can see it. It's Jesus talking to a young girl, and it says, your heavenly Father knows that you have need of all things, all these things. And let me get closer. It's Matthew 6:32. So let me say that again. Your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need for all things. See how just Jesus's hand on your shoulder will calm you down. And if you need things, all you have to pray or even say it out loud, and it'll come to you. Trust me on that. I used to be a non-believer years and years and years ago. But after some things happened to me and I prayed and prayed and they started to happen for me, I thought there is something to all of this. So that's when I really dug in and I never turned my back. And the next card we have here is, you see Jesus kneeling next to a woman with her hand and she's touching his robe. If you ever seen the TV show about Jesus's life, in The Chosen, that's it. It's a good TV show if you have the time to watch it. It says right here, I will not leave you comfortabless. I will come to you. So if this lady, she's touching his robe and she's asking for him to solve an issue, and if you read the Bible, you know what that is. She's asking him for his help. And he turned around, he looked at this young woman, he kneeled, and he said, I will come to you. So let me say this one more time, and this will end this week's reading. I will not leave you comfortabless. I will come to you. And that, let me see if this is John 16 through 18. So if you read the Bible, or if you have a Bible hanging around your house, just look that up. I love these cards. Notice how well these cards are illustrated. They're clean. There's nothing derogatory on there, and it's just a blessing that I found these cards, because I love them. I just love them. And I want to thank Doreen Virtue for coming up with this set of cards. I know that she doesn't acknowledge them anymore because the Bible said that they're a sin. But I'm just saying that she did make some wonderful, wonderful cards for people to enjoy and to improve their life with. So if you want a personal reading, you know where all the description stuff is below. And I want each and every one of you to have a wonderful week. This might be minimal stuff, really, compared to the other stuff that we've had in previous months. So this might be just worldly, information or whatever. Or like I said, it's basically family, where family members are jealous about your progression in life, and God bless them, but they can do it too if they wanted to put in the effort. You put in the effort, so you have nothing to worry about. You put in the effort, you get the blessings. That's just the way of the world. So in that, I want to leave all of you with a wonderful life. God bless you. This is 3333 Lightworker.